Welcome back to the channel. Greetings from Koh Samui. In this video, I want to take you through the process of opening a bank account in Thailand. I've got an article pulled up here on Wise that we're going to be going through, and also a link in the description below where you can find the article and sign up for Wise. This is one of the quickest and easiest ways to send money internationally abroad. So this guy, he knows what he's talking about. It's Tommy Buckley. This article was published a year ago. And yeah, it just goes through the process of opening a bank account. But before we get started, I just wanted to point out that it took me quite some time, like 2 years, to successfully open up a bank account in Thailand. And one of the reasons for that being is because you will most likely need a work permit or a non-immigrant B visa for business work, OA long stay visa, or a 3-year non-immigrant visa for business. So in order to actually open the bank account, you'll need a proper visa, like a long-term LTR visa, a retirement visa. You can also open a bank account with a smart visa, most likely the DTV visa as well, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. But yeah, you also need documents too. So you need proof of Thai residency, like a Thai residence permit, utility bill, rental agreement. So basically just showing that you live in Thailand. It could be possibly even a TM30 form, which is your proof of residence form that you will also need when you go to immigration if you want to renew your passport and these sorts of things. Then you also need proof of residency in your home country, proof of property ownership in Thailand, letter of reference from your embassy, your home bank, or Thai educational institution. So it is a little bit difficult. You won't necessarily need all of these documents, but most likely at the bare minimum, you'll need the proof of Thai residency. That could be a TM30 form. And of course, that work permit. Now, keep in mind, in Thailand, as in most places around the world, it really helps to know the right people. So if you have connections like I did personally, for example, I knew somebody who basically was able to go into the bank and she spoke a few words in Thai and that was it. Then I was able to open the bank account before I had the work permit. And so that was very helpful. And then I just had to get the health insurance card. So a lot of times they'll kind of force you to get some type of insurance through the bank. And that's essentially like health insurance, and it's around 6,000, 7,000 baht, something like that. So if you do want to open the bank account without the necessary credentials or documents, you'll most likely need to get that insurance, but it's really not that expensive. Just get the insurance so you can open the bank account, right? And this article also goes on to say, for expats, opening a bank account in Thailand can be a long, drawn-out process, as much of it depends on whether or not you have a work permit, as I've already mentioned. If you don't have a work visa, it may limit your options in terms of banks. However, and this is a key point here, there are still many banks which will allow you to open a current account without one, such as Bangkok Bank, which is a main bank in Thailand. So if you do want to open a bank account and you don't have a work permit, for example, you'll most likely be able to go to Bangkok Bank and open a bank account anyway, even on a tourist visa or visa exempt, visa on arrival. But like I say, you probably have to get that insurance. There's other ways to go about it as well, where you can basically just hire a agent, essentially, to take care of everything for you. But of course, they're going to charge you a fee. It could be 20,000, 30,000 baht, right? So I'd recommend just doing it yourself, especially if you're on a bit of a tight budget, as I was when I opened my bank account, right? And I'm with Bangkok Bank as well. And whenever I get payments sent to my US bank account, I can quickly and easily transfer it over with Wise or another tool which I use called Remitly. So it takes like 15 seconds to transfer the money over to my Thai bank account. Very, very easy. The article also goes on to say if you already have your work permit, non-immigrant B visa or non-immigrant OA visa, which is essentially a retirement visa, then you should be eligible to open a bank account with most banks. From there, all you really need is a passport, right? So ensuring you've done your research on the requirements can go a long way. In some cases, bank employees aren't familiar with eligibility for expats wishing to open accounts. you may want to come prepared with a list of requirements to share with a bank employee in order to speed up the process. Any given bank in Thailand will photocopy your documents and require your signature on a handful of forms, right? And, if you don't want to use a bank in Thailand, especially due to the new Thai tax laws and these sorts of things, you can always just keep your bank account in your home country. But one of the issues with that is that every time that you go to an ATM, you'll most likely have to pay about 220 baht. That's the surcharge fee that any ATM will charge you. And that's like $7 if you're going to the bank, on a weekly basis or whatever. That can really add up over time. And for me personally, that's what I was doing for about 2 years. And I used Chase in the United States. And with Chase, they never refund you the surcharge fees. Whereas with something like, what's that other bank? I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But some banks will basically refund you the surcharge fees every single month. But also, if you don't want to use your bank account in the US, Wise is always a really good option as well. Again, they are a sponsor of this video. I'm an affiliate of Wise. So if you want to sign up, there's a link in the description below to create your free Wise account. And the nice thing about this is that it's all online, right? It's an online bank account. It's not a physical account. And you can also get a debit card. But I will say that you can't actually get one delivered to Thailand. You will have to join a wait list. So I just recently ordered my debit card, a physical card. They also have a virtual card as well that you can use through the app. But the physical card I had to send to the US, and then it has to get sent to me here in Thailand. And the last time, it actually got lost in the mail, so I needed to cancel that one, order a new one, send it to my address in the US, and then get it sent to Thailand. Right? So it's a little bit difficult with the Wise card, but again, they also have a virtual card you can use directly from the app, and you can put that into Apple Pay or Google Pay, and then just quickly scan. So basically touch to pay directly through the app. So I actually just set that up yesterday, the virtual card, and once I start using Wise for a lot of my banking, that'll make things a lot easier, right? And it also goes on to mention that you'll usually have to visit a bank branch to open a bank account. You can't just call them up on the phone or open a bank account from abroad. That's quite tricky and difficult to do as well. But once you're in Thailand, you should be able to open the bank account as long as you have a retirement visa, work permit, LTR, smart visa. Any of these should suffice. And some banks also offer non-resident account services, which allow you to hold funds in foreign currencies and convert to Thai baht whenever you want. But this is a great article, and they recommend a few different banks here as well. It says, banking in Thailand often involves attending a bank in person, which we talked about. Here are a few of the most popular banks in Thailand for foreign customers based on accounts available. So Bangkok Bank right here, this is the one I'd recommend. They usually make it easy for foreigners to open bank accounts, even if you don't have the necessary documents a lot of times. And they've also got TTB Bank, Casacorn, which is the green one, and then Krung Sri, which is the yellow bank. They all have different colors associated with them. And so that's an article about banking in Thailand. They also discuss the banking fees, not likely to be the same as what you face in the UK. There's card fees. So another nice thing about having a bank account in Thailand is that every time you go to the ATM, you're either charged 0 baht for a fee, or it's 10, sometimes 20 baht, up to 30. But chances are you're not going to get charged anything every time you go to the ATM, which is definitely a big benefit, and it certainly beats paying 220 baht every time you go to the ATM. So it also discusses the conversion fees here. ATM withdrawal fees and conversion rate fees are typically waived if you use your bank's ATM. So if I were to go to a Bangkok Bank ATM, I'll get 0 fees. Whereas if I go to Krung Sri or Casacorn or one of these, or SCB, I might get charged a very, very small fee. But typically it's only about 10 baht. So something good to know. And here's the different fees here. International transfer fees right here. This is, I think, for Wise, I believe. So those are the transfer fees, 500 baht to 1200 baht foreign bank fee right here. And yeah, it just says good luck opening your account. All in all, opening a bank account in Thailand should be a fairly straightforward process. Having the right documents ready, you can hopefully open an account without too much hassle. So that's the short and skinny on how to open a bank account in Thailand. I've got some other articles pulled up here as well, but I recommend this one because Wise is one of the best sources for anything banking related. And again, if you want to create your free account on Wise, link in the description below. And you can also find this article. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Peace from Thailand.